What's up, guys? Welcome to the final Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania, also episode 58, season 2 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me as always is the Brock to my Rock, Jmack Gaming.
Don't call me that, Chad.
Oh.
Don't call me that. Call me Justin. I have a fucking name.
Well.
This is definitely a streamlined experience here on Monday Night Raw. This is definitely a big go-home Raw here, Chad. Because, you know what? I'm ready to rock and roll at WrestleMania. You know, it's the biggest show of the year.
You're ready to rock the Casbah?
I don't know. What does that mean?
Oh, it's a song. Rock the Casbah. Rock the Casbah.
I always said Shad Gaspard.
Oh, Shad Gaspard. Oh, Shad Gaspard. Okay, I see that.
Yeah. Even before Shad Gaspard was a wrestler in the WWF that I knew. It was weird. It was a weird thing when I was like 6. And I was singing Uncle Cracker in my car.
Fair enough.
Ripping some darts. I don't condone smoking as a child. Okay.
To clarify.
Tyson, though, agrees to the match. We will be getting Vince versus Mike Tyson at WrestleMania 17, Chad. What a match that's going to be. We start off here. Christian Cage makes his way down to the ring. He's pretty pissed off. I mean, Edge attacked him a couple weeks ago. I don't even think Christian's on his way to the ring. I think he's just acknowledging Edge. He says, Edge, we've been brothers. We've been down this road before, Edge. All right. We've been tag teams. We've been enemies. We fought each other. We've went one-on-one for titles. And I thought everything was good. And then the Royal Rumble came. And we eliminated each other. That little spark right there reignited something that I forgot I had in me. That little fire. And I spent all February not dealing with it, not accepting it, that it was there. But then you decided to come back to me at Raw, and you started to attack me on my show, and I said, that's it. So, Edge, I came back to you, and I started fighting you at SmackDown last week. And now I think it's time. I think it's time we finally do it for the final time, the last hurrah in this story. Christian Cage, Edge, WrestleMania, the biggest stage of them all. Let's just let it all go and have one final match. Christian Cage calls out Edge for that Mania match. JBL takes on Sonny Siaki here, Chad. JBL gets a 70 in ring. He's there. He's finally there.
Finally there.
The European champion defeats Sonny Siaki in 1440 with a power bomb. After the match, Lenny Lane comes out and he says, "Hey, JBL, last week you handpicked me to go after you for the WWF European Championship, and I'm just letting you know right now, in this middle of the ring here at the Laredo Center here in Texas, that I accept. And I can't wait to win my first. I'm gonna have my first taste of WWF Gold at WrestleMania." Ooh, I got the burps. Lenny Lane, JBL. Who would have thought?
Who'd have thunk?
Speaking of who would have thought, we have 4 men in the middle of the ring, Chad. Ace Steel, Scott Vick, Frankie Kazarian, and Meng. Ace Steel gets the win here in 16-13-35 here. Ace Steel defeats Frankie Kazarian with the steel spike. These members each represent a team, and each one of those teams will be in a 2-on-2 match at WrestleMania for the Raw Tag Team Championships that are currently vacated because of this man right here, Kane. I'm joking. Kane takes on Joey Matthews here, Chad. And you know what's special about this match here?
Special about Justin.
It is the final spot for Raw in its qualifying matches for the King of the Mountain match. That means for a Raw, Kurt Angle, Kane, Jeff Jarrett, and who was the other one? Rikishi will be in the King of the Mountain. They will join Dean Malenko, Kid Cash, and 2 other guys who have not been announced on the SmackDown side. Who will win the King of the Mountain title opportunity match at WrestleMania, and who will go home still a loser? I'm assuming Chad.
Oh, are you assuming that?
Stone Cold. You see, Undertaker, I've done it all. I gotta eat right now. One second. I've seen it all here in the WWF. But there's one thing I haven't done. It's beat you, Taker. WrestleMania. We're two Texas men. The Undertaker. Well, I guess you're not Texas. He's from Death Valley, California, isn't he? Okay. Well, in my home state in Houston, Texas, I get to go one-on-one with the most prestigious thing in WWF right now, which is the streak. I'm on the hottest roll of my life. I'm a 3-time 100 Club member. I'm Raw Tag Team Champion still in my heart. I'm a former WWF champion. I'm a former Intercontinental champion. I'm a former badass. Oh, wait, no, hell no. I'm still a badass. Taker, you better bring all that you have at WrestleMania. You say, I'm going to rest in peace. Oh, hell no. I'm going to hit a stunner on you. What? And then I'm going to hit another stunner on you. What? And I'm going to hit one more stunner on you. What? And I'm going to pin your ass. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to pick you up and drop you on that neck of a dimes you call a neck. I'm going to kick your ass and then get some Budweisers, some Steve Weisers, some Bud Lights, some Coors Lights, it doesn't matter what kind of beer it is. I'm going to drink it all over your dead corpse in the middle of the ring in front of Texas strong. 70,000 strong in Texas. It does not matter. Stone Cold will walk out the winner, and he's going to end the streak, Taker, and you will rest in peace. Oh, give me a hell yeah. Hell
yeah.
Jushin Liger defeats Sting in 1441 with a showtime. Wow. Sting losing here in WWF. Maybe not even our co-main event. Orton and Mark Henry. Randy Orton defeats Mark Henry in 1519 with an RKO. And in our final match of the night, actually, no, it's not. Dean Malenko. I don't even know what my final match of the night is, Chad. I'm going to be honest with you. Dean Malenko. The music hits. Orton looks away. Dean Malenko comes over, hits him with the running knee. Dean Malenko stands in the middle of the ring with the Intercontinental belt. Randy Orton. Is this going to be the view that we see? Is Orton going to lose to the Iceman? Or is Randy Orton going to show why he's the generational talent and win at WrestleMania 17? Yes, this match happened. Brock Lesnar defeats King Iakea here, Chad. And then our main event, Angle defeats Jeff Jarrett. Well, just back-to-back matches to end Monday Night Raw. Angle defeats Jarrett in 1526 with an ankle lock. And we have our contract signing between The Rock and The Brock. It's Rock and Brock. Main event, Mania. No one touches each other here. But the fans, they know. These guys stare at each other for about a minute and a half, and the fans do not stop cheering the whole entire time. They know this might be the biggest match in WWF history. Will Brock continue his dominant streak? Or will The Rock continue his dominant streak and be the longest reigning WWF World Heavyweight Champion in this save? We will find out at WrestleMania 17. A 92 here. We'll see you for Nitro.
We are at the Go Home for Nitro. Rising Sun, the biggest show in Japan, is upon us. And Justin, I am super excited for this Go Home Raw. Or Raw. Well, I was excited for the Go Home Raw. But I'm even more excited for the Go Home Nitro.
Are you?
Yeah. My foot's asleep.
Wake it up.
Hey, you. It didn't work. Anyway, let's run the show.
All right. Let's get into it, Jen.
We've got the advertised for 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, finally delivered, Bret Hart versus Sting. And then about to head superb wrestling in Great Heat. Sting defeated Bret Hart with a Scorpion Deathlock, and Sting makes defense number 1 of the WCW United States Heavyweight title.
There we go. Banger of a match right there. Finally happens. Nothing
As advertised.
All right.
Alrighty, Rob Van Dam and Chris Benoit, they're here, and Benoit says, "Listen, Rob, I don't care what some computer simulator says. All right, I've never been one to be real up with technology. All right, but what I do know is this. All right, I'm gonna give you everything I have. I'm going to wrestle you like I've never wrestled anyone before, and we're gonna give those people in Japan the whole effing show. And at the end of the match, no matter who's standing, be without a shadow of a doubt, one of us, better man." And Rob says, "That's right, Benoit. And listen, after the performance we put on, I mean, listen, I think it's. How could you argue? I really believe the winner of this match, next in line for that world title against Jericho." Benoit says, "You got a point there, and that's why I have to win, and that's why, Rob Van Dam, I will beat you, because unlike you, who's had plenty of opportunity at the belt, I haven't had a title shot in 14, almost 15 months. Rob, I have everything on the line in this match, and I will not lose." Rob says, "Well, see you out there, Chris. Good luck."
See you out there, buddy boy.
And we've got our Cruiserweight Classic match, Super Crazy versus Chris Candido. And in a decent match, Super Crazy defeated Candido with a crazy bomb. Justin, Super Crazy is going to the Final Four.
Yes, sir. Is the Final Four happening at Thunder, or is it happening at Rising Sun?
Final Four is happening at Rising Sun.
So Super Crazy is going to Japan. Chris Candido, I'm sorry, buddy. You're staying home.
Oh, man. Paul Heyman and Minoru Suzuki, they're in the ring. Goldberg comes out, and he does the whole shtick. Do I get a match against you guys or not? And Paul Heyman's like, "Listen here." And Minoru Suzuki just takes the microphone, and he looks Goldberg right in the eyes. And Minoru Suzuki utters the words, "You're next."
I feel like that's every feud with Goldberg. Like, give me a match, and then the guy says, "You're next" to Goldberg. Taz did it. Suzuki did it. I've done
but
it.
unlike other people, you have done it.
O'Neil
But unlike
has done
everybody, Suzuki can back it up.
Well, you saying Taz can't?
That's lost every time he faced Goldberg.
That's not Taz's fault. That's your fault.
That's actually Goldberg's fault for pulling creative control.
That's on you for giving him creative control.
Right.
Oh, God.
So we got a tables match: Devon, Dudley versus Dilo Brown. And about that had decent wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd and subpar wrestling. Devon Dudley defeats Dilo Brown when Dilo Brown was put through a table. Justin.
Yes, sir, Chad. Tables match here on Nitro. That's very rare to see. But yeah, big match right there.
Then Bubba Ray and Devon, they say, what? How about one more? And they Dilo with a 3D. Where was Ahmed and Big Daddy V during this, Justin?
I'm probably eating. Probably being.
Who knows?
Probably. I don't know.
Chyna is backstage, and Medusa says, "Hi, Chyna. I just wanted to take a minute to introduce myself. You see, I'm the woman who just came back to wrestling, and I'm the woman who's going to be the next WCW Women's Champion." And Chyna laughs and says, "You?" She says, "I'm Medusa. Remember me? Medusa? The belt, the trash can, iconic stuff." I was like, "Oh, yeah, sorry. You haven't been around for so long, I forgot you even existed. Listen, welcome back. And listen, if you rack up some wins and deserve a women's championship match, you'll get it. But I don't give a damn what you did in the past. All that matters what you've done now. And there are a lot of women who've done way more than you lately who deserve a shot at this belt, and they will get it before you even sniff it. Come back."
I sniffed it.
Chyna punches Justin in the mouth.
Ooh, you punch like a...
Also, Chyna getting like 86s and 100 promos. Like, I love Chyna. Sting! Backstage, he says, "Listen, I beat Bret Hart and now I'm freed up for Rising Sun. I want to get in on some of this Japan versus WCW action. So I'm going to challenge any person from New Japan. New Japan, bring out your best. It's going to take the best to beat the Icon.
All right.
We'll see you at Rising Sun when I defend the championship.
Also, an open challenge.
But no, it's not an open challenge.
But who's he taking on?
It's only open to New Japan.
So it's an open challenge.
Only open to New Japan. It's a closed challenge to everybody else.
So a semi-open challenge.
Yes, there we go.
Fuck you,
Kevin Nash and Six taking on the Headbangers. And in a decent match, Kevin Nash and Six defeated the Headbangers when Nash pinned Jazz Warrington with a jackknife powerbomb.
Yeah. That's what they get for leaving.
And then, Justin, we got another match to determine who moves on to the Final Four. Rey Mysterio versus Taka Michinoku. And in a superb match, Taka Michinoku defeated Rey Mysterio with a Michinoku driver. Juventu is going to the Final Four, Justin.
That's Taka. Don't even know his name. You called him Juventu.
Oh, sorry. I meant Taka. My bad. My apologies. I got so excited.
Idiot.
I got so excited.
Know your roster, Pringle.
I got so excited. And our main event, Canyon versus Mick Foley. In an exceptional match. Mick Foley defeated Canyon with a pile driver.
This match was penalized for low experience, low announcing. Mike Tenay being gone is just gonna fuck you in the butt.
I was like, this should not have got done so low if it's an exceptional match, but yeah. Whatever.
All right.
And after the match, Jericho, they steel chair to the head of Mick Foley. Foley just falls to the ground, not moving. Jericho and grabs Mick Foley, throws him into the ring barricade and said, "You want a death match, Mick? Huh? You want a death match? I'm the king of the death match!" And then he grabs a kendo stick and just starts whipping Foley with it. And then he goes to the ring, Justin, and he grabs he grabs those light beams that they have at the GCW shows. And I'm talking about the glass light bulbs.
What?
Oh, like the GCW shows, they got the long light bulb rods.
What are you talking about?
GCW shows. Got those talking about?
No, what?
He pulls one of those out, and then he sit over Mick Foley's back. What?
You know one of those things they have in the shows? One of those things at GCW shows. You mean wrestlers?
No, they've got the glass, the white glass poles that look like giant light bulbs. They're glass and they break.
No, what are you talking about?
Weird. Anyway, that's that. He bashes it over Mick Foley's back.
Oh.
And stabs him repeatedly with the glass.
Jesus. Another one for the good guys.
That's the go home for Nitro, brother. So, are you excited for Rising Sun?
Not anymore.
Oh.
I'm joking. We'll see it for SmackDown.
We are at the go home for SmackDown. This is the last stop for WrestleMania. And then we got one more for Rising Sun. And then we are at the pay-per-views. But we have SmackDown. And I, Justin, am very excited to see what you have put together for us today.
Yes, Jed. We have a big show. But again, this is a very, a quick and easy SmackDown. I'm ready to get going to WrestleMania, all right? I'm ready to get going, all right? My butt cheeks are clenched. I'm ready to get going. No response to that? You're just gonna cheeks?
I think I don't think a response was needed.
Oh, okay, fair play, gentlemen. We start off with Eric Bischoff announcing that he's announcing the class of 2001 for the WWF Hall of Fame. Wow, Chad. There's a couple big names. Andre the Giant now has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. The Rock and Roll Express, Robert Gibson, Robert Fuller, whatever the fucking Ricky Morton, they're inducted into the Hall of Fame. Adam Sandler, the host of WrestleMania, is inducted into the Hall of Fame. Ricky Steamboat is not inducted into the Hall of Fame, but Jake Roberts is inducted into the Hall of Fame. And our headliner here in 2001, Chad. Maybe, hopefully his invite does not get lost in the mail. Hulk Hogan is the 2001 WWF Hall of Fame headliner. I'm gonna need you to ask him for me, Chad. Last time I asked you, you told me to call him, and then he put me on speed dial. He said, "Boop."
I'll put in a good boop. What's up, brother? Hulk here.
Boop. Hey, it's your brother Hogan. This is Hulk Hogan. I don't know what Vince. I don't know what Vince. Yeah, that's 2 a.m. hitting right there. I don't even know where I was going with that. We start off with a 5-man against 5-man Cruiserweight showcase. These 10 men will be battling for a Cruiserweight spot in the Cruiserweight Championship. Chris Sabin, Aguila, Super Dolphin making his debut here. Christopher Daniels.
Hell, Super Dolphin.
Yoshihiro Tajiri, they defeat the Great Sasuke, Amazing Red, Tony Mamaluke, La Parka, and Disco Fury. Disco Fury making his debut in WWF, Chad.
Oh, to a nice loss.
Yeah, and the worst in-ring performance out of any one of these guys. So he stinks. La Parka was the best with Daniels. We move forward.
WCW guys carrying the crowd.
Shut the fuck up. We have a King of the Mountain qualifying match. PJ Black defeats Gangrel.
Wow.
In an alternate universe, Gangrel makes the King of the Mountain match. But not in this one. PJ Black will move on to WrestleMania.
That was like the one time I had fucking when I had Spike Dudley in a Money in the Bank qualifier.
PJ Black definitely celebrates. He had a hard-fought win right here. And in our other pre-show, or King of the Mountain qualifying match, Mystico defeats Sting to make his way into the King of the Mountain match. What a match for Mystico. Thank you, Sting, WWF. Perry Saturn now is getting 85s in the promos here, Chad. As he makes his way down to his final TV United States Open Challenge match. Can he win here and have his Open Challenge hit WrestleMania, or will his dreams come true or fall apart 2 days before WrestleMania? He defeats Ric Flair, though, in 1442 with a Death Valley driver. Perry Saturn defeats one of the members of the Gentleman's Club and makes this offense number 6 of the WWF United States Championship. What a match. Ric Flair pulling out 88s here. I almost gave up on him, but he can still go. Perry Saturn, 83. But then after the match, the rest of the Gentleman's Club minus Scott Steiner come down and beat down Perry Saturn, Chad.
Oh, poor Perry.
What the hell is this about? These guys are fucking assholes, Chad. Pardon my language. These guys don't belong here. This is unprofessional. Speaking of unprofessional, Edge. He vows to kill his brother, Christian Cage. Eddie Guerrero, he says, "Hey, Psychosis, I finally watched the promo you cut on me a couple weeks ago. You know what, Psychosis? You're right. You were the king of WCW. You were the head of the kitchen. But, you left the stove on for far too long, and you cooked and burned. All right? You burnt out over there. All right? You were the special dish of the month, right? You were the special. Everyone wanted to come in and have that little plate of food. And then they realized, there's better food on the menu. And you were just passed over for guys like AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Chris Jericho, Ahmed, Juventu, Guerrero, Bobby Eaton Pancakes, Mike Tenay, Bobby Heenan. The list goes on. And Psychosis, you had to run with your tail between your legs back to Eric Bischoff and to WWF. And let's be honest, Eric Bischoff, whether he wants to admit it or not, you were his pet project then, you were his pet project now, because you have been given every opportunity to succeed here in the WWF. Look, I know you were a fan favorite there. I know you're probably going to be a fan favorite here at WrestleMania. But let me tell you something, Psychosis. You're walking into the ring. You're walking into the jungle with Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat. All right? Now, what was your saying in WCW? You know, what did they say about cooks? If you can't handle the heat, then stay out of the kitchen, chef. I'll see you at Mania.
Match is gonna bang.
Oh, Eddie, Psychosis. Oh my fucking God.
Oh no. Oh, Justin, please don't tell me.
Eddie Guerrero Psychosis got hurt.
How bad is it?
We'll have to find out after Thunder, Chad. Oh, great.
Oh, that sucks, dude. Well, listen, he couldn't take the heat, so he got out of the kitchen.
Taker.
You're just like, yep, well, I don't want to get done with this now.
And Scott Steiner chokes out Triple H to end the show. A 96. What a show. We'll see you for Thunder.
All right, everyone. We are here. It's the go home for Thunder. We got Rising Sun and Mania on the horizon. This is our last stop, Justin. Then we got the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to get through this fast without, not explaining the stories. We can figure out what happened to Psychosis. All right, let's go.
Why?
If you're going to yawn, I'll take my sweet-ass time.
Why me?
That's fair. That's a fair response.
That happens.
That looks like we've done nothing on that. What a very short Thunder. Anyway, we've got Shannon Moore versus Low D Cruiserweight Classic match, and an bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Shannon Moore defeated Low D with a Morgasm, Justin.
I'm about to have a Morgasm now. Jesus Christ. Shawn Michaels versus Bryan Danielson was a very good match. But I have no idea what it has to do with Shannon Moore versus Lodi. Shannon Moore, big win right here.
Big win. What? Anyway, keep going.
I'm just thinking of people that could replace Psychosis. Shawn Michaels immediately came to mind.
Oh, okay. I mean, listen, you can do worse. I was so confused. I was like, what are you talking about? Sylvester Stallone is here, and he says, everyone's asking what exactly is going to happen at Rising Sun. What are Ken Shamrock and Vader going to do? Well, it's quite simple. And then all of a sudden, the lights go down.
Ooh, Taker.
And they come back up.
Bray Wyatt.
We see on the screen. Figure says, Sylvester. Movie star that joined professional wrestling. Is the most annoying prick I've ever met. Then the person steps into the light, and it's Chuck Norris. Of course, from New Japan Pro Wrestling. He says, you know what, Sylvester Stallone? Never liked you. And many, many, many years ago, you took the role of a lifetime when you beat me out for Rambo. And I said I would never forgive you. Now I've joined the better wrestling company, New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've been motivating the guys. This year's our year. I'm going to prove it. Kicking your ass. You see, Sylvester Stallone, you and the Tap Out crew are going to go square off against me. 2 tag team partners of my choosing. But guess what, Sylvester? You're going to be members of your own roster. Because guess what? Your guys, they hate you. I'm going to beat you with your own weapons. Don't try to back out. Because the board of directors and the TV execs already approved it. Sylvester, we'll see you at Rising Sun. Match.
Yeah. It's not about you anymore. It's about my guy getting hurt.
AJ Styles versus Matt Hardy, and about that great wrestling and good heat. AJ defeated Matt Hardy by disqualification, Justin, because
those little rat fuckers, probably. Yep,
yes.
I knew it.
Listen, Sylvester Stallone, he just said, anyone who doesn't like me, take him out. And Vader and Ken Shamrock, they beat down AJ Styles.
Yes, sir.
Is there Samoa Joe? He says Roddy Piper didn't have the balls to show up to Thunder tonight, and good thing too, because if he would have, I'd have kicked his ass again. Listen, at Rising Sun, I'm gonna once again do what I always do, which is beat your favorites. I'm gonna beat down Roddy Piper worse than he's ever had, and I'm gonna pin him in the middle of the ring, or maybe I'll tap him out. After I get rid of your hero, Lodi, my focus is once again on you, and I'm coming for that television championship. Listen, we've got the Cruiserweight Classic match, Lance Storm versus Juventu Guerrero, and about that, good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Juventu defeated Lance Storm with a 450 splash.
Wow. Can Juventud come over?
Juventud is going to the Final Four. And Justin, speaking of men who are in the Cruiserweight Classic, but they're not anymore, much like, Lance Storm, Jeff Hardy and Funaki, who had pretty good chemistry, and about that good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Jeff Hardy defeated Funaki with a Texas Cloverleaf.
Yes, sir. Big win for Jeff Hardy. They have pretty good chemistry as well.
Dude, which is wild. And then Jeff Hardy calls out a promo basically saying, Matt, Rising Sun,
You're
take that belt, and I'm going to kick your ass. You're next. Justin, we set up our crew. This is the final. We're looking at the Final Four, Justin. Juventud and Shannon Moore. They're fighting each other at Rising Sun, and then we got Taka Michinoku versus Super Crazy, and the winners of these matches will then face each other. Rising Sun. Justin, I have to ask, which of these four men do you think are going to win the Cruiserweight Classic?
Super Crazy.
I think
he's on a roll. I think he beats Shannon Moore.
Interesting. All right, so Moore and Super Crazy are your final two picks. We will have to see. Match that Justin picked out. Kurt Hendick versus Kip James.
I have bad luck right now, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh, who'd you injure on my roster?
Good. Kurt Hennig. He got bruised kidney.
Oh, bruised kidney.
Everything reminds
me
me
of so happy about it, Dusty.
And your main event, holy moly.
Our main event got a 96, and about that had superb wrestling and great heat. Raven defeated Steven Regal with a pile driver.
Jesus Christ, these guys said, fuck it, let's go for it.
After the match, Sylvester Stallone, he's in the ring with Ken Shamrock and Vader, and he says, "You think, Chuck Norris, that I'm scared of you? Huh? I'm not. Doesn't matter what two men you team with, because I'm going to take them out." And then Rey and AJ Styles, they show up on the ramp. AJ holding his ribs, and Rey Mysterio, looking focused, says, "Well, Sylvester, it's funny you say that because nobody dislikes you more than we do. At Rising Sun, we're teaming with Chuck Norris to take you and the Tap Out crew out."
Why would Chuck Norris pick these two?
Because they're Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles. They don't like Stallone. He's
got a whole roster of New Japan guys.
That's the thing. He wants to beat Sylvester Stallone with his own weapons, with his own guns.
Yeah, with his own weapons. Tanahashi and Okada, brother.
But with Sylvester Stallone's own weapons.
Oh. Well, a 90, Chad. You just couldn't beat SmackDown, but you did avoid the dreaded injury bug a day before
That's
Rising
true.
Sun.
I lost Kurt Hennig to a bruised kidney.
If you were right here, I'd punch you right in the fucking mouth. We'll see if Mania. We'll see if Rising Sun.
Have a